Let's talk about side plank. It's an excellent exercise, and there are many ways that you can modify it. I'm going to show you the full pose first, and then I'll break it down into the modifications. So the first thing I want you to do is really spread your fingers as wide apart as you can. So I want you to get a really strong foundation. You're going to drop that palm down. You're going to bring your middle finger in line with your shoulder, and then you're going to slowly take a turn. So the first turn, actually, step one foot in front of the other so you can get yourself in that joint stack. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and you're going to turn that elbow to the back wall so you're engaged through the tricep. But what a lot of people don't think about is, yes, we're working the side of the stomach, we're working the core, the obliques, but I really want you to use your upper back. Don't just try and shoulder it all out. So once you come in, you're going to engage through that upper back. Here, we're going to lift up through that hip, so we're driving that right hip away from the floor, and you're inside of the oblique, so you're inside the side of the belly. So you can imagine if you had a rope on your hip and you're getting pulled up towards the ceiling. So here's a nice, this is already, I'm in a modified version. I have my top foot in front of the bottom, and I'm just going to reach the arm overhead and lift up through that hip. So I'm really working. There's a lot of work that's going on inside the lat, the shoulder, the obliques. If you want to go for a bigger challenge, stack your feet. So you'll bring your top foot on top of the bottom foot and flex your toes and squeeze your thighs, and you're still driving that hip away from the floor. And then if you want a balance challenge, you can look up through your fingertips while you're lifting that hip. And then the chin is where the neck feels good. So here's a full pose. And you don't have to be like a statue. So keep in mind, you can come down and stretch that out a little bit, round up through the low back. And sometimes the wrist gets a little tired, so you can always just come on the elbows and kind of figure eight or circle through the wrists. That's the full version of side plank.